What's up, YouTube? Nubex Rebel here. Welcome to the workbench. It's a rainy day, no bike upgrades right now, although pretty excited. I've got some Burley brand stiletto shocks to put on the back of the 500. But today I'm going to be talking about the first set of boots I selected and gloves as a new rider. I bought these before I'd ever ridden a motorcycle, before I attended the MSF course, and I'm just going to get into how I like them so far and what I think about them. All right, I'm going to start off with the shoe. So I ordered the ventilated shoe from Indy Ridge, and you can see it does have these nice vents. I'm a very hot-natured person. My feet constantly sweat. I have wore these down to 50 degrees, and I have to say my foot never got cold. So I think they're pretty good there. Not waterproof because they are ventilated, but I do like them. So far, the build quality I feel is really nice. Before I get there, though, let me get into sizing. So I ordered 13s. I have a large foot, and I was worried about them being small or tight, but I can definitely tell you that they run true to size for the most part. So actually, I wear a 12.5 extra wide. Indy Ridge does not have half sizes currently or different widths, but I can tell you, even with an extra wide foot, these 13s do fit comfortably. You can kind of see I've got about 250 miles on them. I'm going to show a side profile here. You can see where it's bulging out a little bit because I have a wide foot, but it's nothing that's uncomfortable. So if you do have a wide foot, I think you're fine if you go up a half size. You can also see how wide it is right here because of my wide foot. So that being said, I will tell you the laces, and these are the original laces that came with it. I don't have enough to run through the last eyelets here. So I'm not really sure that my ankle area would actually be comfortable with that laced all the way in anyway. So that being said, you get a lot of tongue action. My riding pants usually slide down behind the tongue, which I don't really like the aesthetic of that. I know that's probably nitpicky, but we want to look good when we ride, right? Other than that, they are leather. They're solid. This is my left foot because that's where the shifter is. Like I said, I've got about 250 miles. So far, there's a little scuffing here where I was toe shifting, but now I've added the heel shifter, so I really don't expect that to have much of an issue. There's a little bit of wear. Might be hard to see. Let's see. Move the mow tool out of the way. Just right here, there's a little bit of a scuff. I've been down. I've wore these all day before. I have actually wore these to a 5-hour work shift standing on my feet in a retail store. So they were okay. I don't recommend doing that. Obviously, they're a riding shoe. The grip on the bottom is actually really nice. You have this directional, but they go the opposite way on the left and the right side. Provides really nice traction in gravel and loose dirt. I've not had any issues there. The pull loop on the back when you're putting them on is really well sewn on. It's large. It has a lot of stitching all the way down it. Sorry, it's a little dark, but that's really nice. There is outside, it's hard to see right here, but there's a rigid piece right here for ankle protection if you go down. And then the toe area is very solid. One thing, already having a large foot that I kind of don't like and I would prefer is for it to be a little more square or shorter. Again, I wear a 12.5 though, so that's really probably a function of the length of the shoe versus actually the way the shoe is designed. But the toe box, I forget what this is called, is very roomy. I don't feel squished. My toes are not cramped or pushed in together. There is quite a bit of padding in here. It's really comfortable. After 250 miles, the insole still looks nice. I really like these. They are comfortable. They're a U.S.-based company. These are designed, and it's a small company. They are made in, I believe this is, where was it? Pakistan. So these are made in Pakistan. So I feel like, and I have no proof, but I don't think this is sweatshop labor going on here. This is really a nice shoe, a nice boot. The ventilation works well. My feet have stayed cool. I don't sweat in them. So really happy with them after about 250 miles. No real appreciable wear other than this scuff on the toe, and then my right foot, the toe's clean on here, but same thing, ventilated, outside protection if I go down, and it doesn't look real bulbous, right? Like most people don't know these are motorcycle shoes when I wear them. They look perfectly normal. You could wear them around. They almost have, to me, the sole really kind of mirrors a Vans, which I like. I didn't want a really heavy looking boot like a Harley boot. That's not my gig. These come in brown. They come in a couple different colors of brown also, with different trim. And you can get them solid or you can get them ventilated. I believe the solid ones actually are waterproof, so you can check those out. Really nice. I like these guys. Yeah, I recommend them. I mean, I give them 2 thumbs up. This is not sponsored. I just like the look and I like the way they feel. All right, and Indy Ridge gloves. So I like the style of these. You know, I like the overall design. I like the color. I went with a black denim. They do have solid leather options, waterproof options. You can also get this denim in a regular blue denim color. I would call this a mid gauntlet. It's not short, but it's also not a really long gauntlet glove. I think it's nice. Again, about 250 miles. I bought these prior to my MSF course. They are real leather. They have broken in nicely. You can see how it's already formed to my hand just after 250 miles. A little bit of sweat. I will say they're warm when you're sitting still. When I took the MSF course, it was probably in the 70s, and one of the days it was really super humid. My hands did sweat, and the sweat noticeably was bleeding through the glove around the seams and stuff. But I think that's probably to be expected. I didn't have a mesh style glove like my wife has. A couple of the features that I like on these is on the outside, it is additional padding sewn in on both the side of your hand and on your pinky. So if you were to go down, there's reinforcement in the palm to help prevent wear where you're gripping the throttle and the handlebars. The Velcro straps, again, I have really wide wrists. I don't have to close these all the way, so if you're a bigger guy or a bigger rider, I think these are super comfortable. The lining is really comfortable. I've liked it since day one. The seams are really flat on the inside. Nothing is rubbing, even from out of the box, out of the package. Nothing rubs on the inside of your fingers to cause a sore spot. I'll say I actually have relatively short fingers, so I went with the measurement across the wrist or across the palm of my hand like they tell you to do, and that fits really well. But the fingers are a little long for me. Truthfully, these are extra larges. I think I could have honestly probably went to a large, and the leather would have stretched in my hand and would have been more comfortable with a slightly shorter finger. But then again, there are like double seams on the fingers here, so that may have become irritating to me because right now it doesn't really get to my fingers. One thing I'll say also where I think they may be a little too large for me is when I pull my hand in, it does bunch up, and sometimes on the throttle I can actually feel it rolling in and bunching up. So I would say if you're on the cusp measurement wise, like I measured my hand, I measured my fingers. I would say maybe downsize. It is leather and it's going to stretch. That would be kind of my next thing. These are felt tips on here. I don't think these are capacitive, but you know, I've never checked. Let's find out if they're capacitive. I don't know if they'll work on a touch screen or not. We'll find out. Let's see. They probably do. It's probably just me. Oh, they do. Looky there. So there's my channel. Y'all check my channel out. Okay, so these are capacitive. So that's nice. I really hadn't checked it because I don't do anything with the screen while I'm riding. But I guess if you stop and you don't want to take your gloves off, that's nice. But with it being a little looser, again, I think I probably could have went with larges. And Indy Ridge, I could have sent them back. But honestly, I feel like that's a me thing. And I'm not sure that the larges would have been super great. I didn't want to risk it, so I didn't send them back. There's additional padding on the thumb right here on top, which it's a nice touch, right? Like they added the padding in the black denim instead of just making a leather piece and then stitching the whole leather piece on. So really well stitched. Let me lace that up right there. So after 250 miles, there's a couple little small straggler threads that I'm going to burn off and make sure that they're not going to come unraveled. There. But really comfortable. Again, you can see the fit's more like a mid gauntlet. Really happy with these. I think they're really great. And I may go back and order a large pair and just do the comparison for myself. If they don't fit, I'll put them on Facebook or something. I won't send them back. I don't think that's fair to the company. They're a small business. So super happy with these. Knuckle protection without looking like a street hooligan. But if you like that look, by all means, knock yourself out. But these are more of just a cruiser, rider retro style glove, which is really my style. Like them a lot. Again, you can see like how loose that is. So no problem there. Like I could even go tighter probably to get them closed down. They fit under my jacket really nice. Like when I just close them up like this, they go right under my jacket without a problem. Don't rub. The bolster that they have right here on the back is rounded over in soft leather. Really nice touch. Like that's super comfortable. It doesn't dig, it doesn't rub, it doesn't irritate. Even the way they have it stitched here on the inside. So super nice. Let's see, I'm not sure where these guys are made. Let's see if the tag says designed in San Bernardino. And yeah, I don't think that really says. Maybe Indy Ridge, Pakistan. So these are also from Pakistan. So obviously they have a nice company over there in Pakistan that is making stuff for them. I'd say the quality is really good on the gloves. A little additional ribbing and padding and styling here on the top of it also. So I think they've done a really good job incorporating the padding into it. They do not offer a glove where the pinky and the ring finger are stitched together. I know a lot of people look for that. I did not see anything on their website where they offer that. I understand the point of it, but that means you're either 4 fingers on the brake and clutch, or you would only be 2 fingers. I have a habit of grabbing it with 3 fingers, so just still learning and trying to get comfortable with how I really going to ride all the time. Really like these though. Feel confident in them. Very grippy. No issues at all. Love these guys. All right, Indy Ridge boots and gloves. I'll put a link down in the comments. Currently not sponsored. It's not an affiliate link. Maybe in the future, so let's just call it an affiliate link if they end up with some kind of an affiliate program. Indy Ridge, if you see this, really happy with the products. I think they're great. Super comfortable. If you guys wouldn't mind, like, subscribe, hit the bell thing, do the things, leave a comment, share. Trying to get the channel moving along a little bit and hopefully make more content for you guys, not just on gear and mods, but also I'm going to get into the X part of my name eventually, talking about being Gen X and learning to ride when you're 48 a little bit more and what it means to me. Appreciate everybody. We'll see you around. Oh, and check out some of my other videos if you want to see some mods to Rebel 500.